Okay, what's up everybody? How are you? Welcome to Morning Talks with Ro. I know they kind of get me, on my video if I play something and I don't own the rights to it, and sometimes they silence your video, but you know what? I want to start with some music today by my guy, PJ Morton. Claustrophobic. It's talking about not shrinking to somebody else's idea of what you're capable of who you are. Until you guys start to populate in the room, I'm gonna rock out a little bit. How's everybody doing? Welcome to Morning Talks with Ro. What up? My hair is still falling right now. It's still like falling into place. I really like this song. And if you're not hip with PJ Morton right now, definitely check him out. I think he's dope. Hey y'all, what up? You got your morning drink? You got your power up cup? If you want it, there's one at RhonaBennett.com. We still have a few left. What up? Thank you, Mark. Okay, I don't want them to silence my video too long, so let me turn it down so they don't talk bad about me, right? I love his music. It's inspirational, it's soulful, it's creative, it's all of that. Anybody in the chat hip to PJ Morton? What up, y'all? What up? How you doing? Good morning, Tez. Good morning. How you doing on your field assignment? That's a new PPU student. I'm going to tell you guys, let me turn this off. PPU is becoming such a beautiful breeding ground for relationships, success, encouragement, and support. Shout out to the people that are a part of the PPU family. It is growing into something beyond what I had the initial vision for. So big ups to that. Welcome to the conversation, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Morning Talks with Ro. How are you? Today we're going to talk about how to be more proactive in life instead of reactive. And a lot of the things, as a matter of fact, I'm going to bring up 3 tips because, I want to drop in and leave you with something tangible to work with and practice. Because some of the things you're going to hear, right, on a regular basis. But if you're not practicing it, it doesn't make it real. It doesn't settle in as wisdom, right? It doesn't serve you the way that it could serve you if you use the tools. You got to work this stuff. It's one thing to talk about it, right? It's one thing to be lip service. It's another thing to actually implement this into your life. And because I have learned that we are creatures of habit, it is super necessary to keep just be relentless about putting this information in your system and reminding yourself that this is what you need to do on a daily basis. Sometimes it's not about creating, getting new information and finding out something new if you're not working the old stuff, the stuff that's tried and true, the stuff that is like the foundation, the cornerstone of success and fulfillment in life, right? So today we're going to talk about 3 tips that I've already probably shared with you. If you watch Morning Talks with Ro on a regular basis, you've definitely heard me talk about these things. However, hopefully they're going to come out in a little bit different way so that they will fall fresh on you. And then you're going to actually take these things, not just hear them, right? You're going to take these tips out into the world and you're going to use them for your highest good. You're going to use them to be of service, right? That's one of the tips today. What up? Welcome to the conversation, everybody. How are you? Welcome to the conversation. How's everybody feeling? Drop your, matter of fact, let's play a little bit. Let's bring up the vibration by playing and put in the chat emojis that tell me, okay. First tip today for being more proactive in life instead of reactive. Of course, what do I always say? How you start your day is paramount, right? It is huge. It can be a game changer, right? So I want you to put in emojis how you started your day and keep it 100, don't lie. Tell me how you start your day, and I want you to end with the emoji that tells how you feel right now. How about that? So I'm going to wait to see what y'all drop in the chat to see, so we can approach it from that perspective. How did you start your day today? Right? And then end on an emoji that tells me how you feel right now. And quite possibly that is a byproduct of how you started your day today. Right? Okay, so I'm looking for these emoji stories. Good, I'm glad to hear it, Maury. Said life is good. I like that. I love to hear that. Y'all got your morning drink on deck? Welcome to Morning Talks with Ro for everybody who just joined the conversation. We're talking about how to be more proactive instead of reactive in life. It's a way for you to steer where you're going and not just be tapping into other people's agendas and letting their thoughts, their opinions, whatever they're doing, steer you. It's the other way around. How can you put things into the day? How can you decide more definitively how you want to show up in the world and then respond or act from that space? Very, very powerful thing to do and can change the tides of what you experience and what you put out. Okay, let's see. Where the emoji stories? What up? Thank you, Shirley. So I want you guys, if you didn't get we're going to be playful right now. And I want you to tell me how you started your morning. So if you started by rolling over and picking up your cell phone, you need to put a cell phone first as your first emoji, right? If you started with prayer, put some prayer hands. If you started and you read your Bible or a book or something that, pushed you to the next level, put a book first, right? And then what did you do next? If you use the bathroom, you can put a toilet. I don't care. Put something up. I want you to tell me your morning story in emojis right now. Let's have some fun. Let's bring out the inner child, which is a higher vibration of being. Emojis seem to do that. It's a great way for us to connect and to communicate, right? Okay, so Patrick says, hey, Patrick, what up, baby? You got my voice all up in my larynx. How are you? You started your day off with prayer. Beautiful. Tanya says she started her day off with prayer. And then what's the hands? Were you like celebrating or were you like yawning? Hey, T, I love you. Welcome to the conversation, everybody. This is Morning Talks with Ro. We are using emojis at the moment to tell how our morning started off today. So if you started off, even if you went to the bathroom, you can put that as your first emoji. If you did prayer, if you picked up your cell phone, if you looked at your email, put a computer screen up, And then what's the next thing you did up until you got to this chat? And I want you to leave me with an emoji that speaks to your current state of feeling, emotional state of being, where you are right now, in your story like that. Okay, Mark Edwards, welcome to the conversations. He says, currently you're not feeling so great, huh? Are you sick? And then you had some food. Oh, you did some dishes. That's what's up. Are you doing dishes right now? Are you being present with doing your dishes? And hanging out for Morning Talks with Ro? Okay, Troy says he started out. Did you start, when you say camera, did you just wake up out the bed and start filming something, or what is that? And then you cut the film. So you started editing when you got out of bed. Is that what you did? Before anything else, did you start editing? I love this game. Hey, Mew, how are you? Welcome to the conversation. No, just doing dishes. Okay, that's what's up. I love it. Okay, definitely a multitasker. Join the clique. Yes, honey. Okay, so we got some people. I think Troy started doing some editing. He said yes. Okay. And then Patrick started off with some prayer. Tanya started off with prayer, and then she had the celebration hands. I'm not sure what that meant this morning. Shirley says she worked out first. Okay, you had some juice after your workout. Ooh, very powerful morning. And then you went to the dentist. Okay, and then you did some reading. Very powerful morning. Shirley won the morning, baby. That's what it sounds like to me. Good morning, Tisha. Welcome to the conversation. This is Morning Talks with Ro, and we are putting in the chat currently how you started your day with emojis, and then where you currently are in your emotional state of being with the last emoji. So I want to see some kind of face, right, that tells me if you're happy, if you're sad, if you're like, I ain't really feeling it, whatever. Let me know where you're at, because we're going to talk about the power. When we talk about being able to be proactive instead of reactive, there is a power in, as we always say, winning the morning, being definitive and decisive about how you're going to start your day. If you roll over into somebody else's agenda, and even if you just go into your own agenda, right? Like Troy went into editing, but depending on the material that he's editing, it could not maybe start your day off the greatest. You know what I mean? You may bring another kind of energy to that if you pause and connect with your dreams first. If you pause and connect with your goals first, the things that are going to bring you joy, the stuff that's going to bring you real fulfillment, if you pause and connect with that first, or just silence. Stillness. Sometimes, do you notice how a lot of us are always in prayer mode or asking for something, or, oh, God, give me insight on this, or, gosh, I need clarity on that, or, where's the next this coming from, or where's the next that coming from? But if you don't pause and be still, when do you ever give yourself time enough to hear the answer? The morning can be a very, very powerful time to do that. The morning is when you're coming up out of your most sensitive state of being. You're coming out of your subconscious mind into the conscious state of being. The most impressionable part of your day can be in the morning. Where you want to download the good stuff can be in the morning, because you're just coming out of that dream state. It's coming out of that theta, you're coming into that next space of consciousness. So you want to use that very impressionable time, that very impressionable space, to download, upload, whatever word feels more empowering to you, the information, the visions, the whatever you want to connect with. You want to do that then. Can you imagine if you start your day with that, what you're going to bring to your editing, what you're going to bring to the next person that you encounter, what you're going to bring energetically to work, how you're going to show up in life, how you're going to be able to tap into the third tip today, just by starting your morning a certain way. So let me see what you guys are saying. Okay, Restrepo, you said Electric Cafe was incredible. Can we get some club remixes? Thank you so much. Hopefully it's on the way. Hey, AB, it was so good to see you this weekend in New York. Shout out to the people who came out to support us at the Circle of Sisters in New York. And not to say he came out for that, but I happened to see my brother there, and it was so great to see you. Shirley says she's feeling good. Awesome. You're doing your second day of your fasting. Beautiful. I'm coming up on my fast. I can't wait to tell you guys what I decided to do with my next fast. Okay. Amen. Michael says, hey, Michael, welcome to the conversation. Kai, what up? Welcome to the conversation. Okay, Robert, you started out with, what is that first emoji? I can't really see it. And then, ooh, are you in love? I love it. I love it. You're feeling great in love, in a loving space. Let's see. Christine says, hanging out with Diva. Hey, Diva. Then we both crashed. We just woke up and walked. She went to the ladies' room. Now watch Queen, Miss Rhona. Check him. Oh, that's what's up. Welcome to the conversation, Christine. You had an inspiration. Bless up. Beautiful. You followed the inspiration, Troy. Ernst says, gratitude, laughter, prayer, and meditations. You won the morning. Shout out to Ernst for winning the morning. Shout out. Happy birthday, Renee. Welcome to the conversation, sweetheart. Daryl says you dropping jewels because you're a jewel. Stay blessed, my friend. Thank you, Daryl. Love you back, Renee. Okay, so some of y'all actually won the morning. You know how important it is to get up and start your day a certain way. And the more, because we're creatures of habit. I hope I'm not talking too fast today, y'all. I'm so amped. I had the most beautiful conversation with my girlfriend here today in Atlanta. And I was like, I am about to bring some beautiful energy to Morning Talks with Ro. I am so encouraged by the conversation that we had. And I hope that I'm able to convey some semblance of it as I move into the next 2 tips for how you can be more proactive in life instead of reactive. Oh, so powerful, so beautiful, so beautiful. Okay, so bringing how you start your day, how you turn over and use that morning time. And you don't always have to feel good when you do it. I need to drive that message home, because a lot of us do things when we feel good. And when you don't feel so great about something, you go into the day and you don't honor being a creature of habit. Discipline is your ally in this instance. We got to do this stuff even when it doesn't feel the greatest. That's when it's the most powerful to anchor the habit. It is most powerful to anchor the habit when you don't feel the greatest. That's when you want to use your will, if you will, to sit down, be still, and do the things you said you wanted to do to start your day a certain way. Because this means that even when you don't feel like it, you're going to do what you need to do. And that is when you get on automatic pilot. That's when you develop new habits. That's when you go into champion mode. Because that means you're going to get it done in spite of. That means you're going to get it done even still. And that's the hardest thing to develop. But if you can go ahead and push yourself to do stuff that you know is going to help you in the long run, that you know is going to enable you to show up better to life, that you know is going to shift your energy, or at least how you look at things. If you start your day with gratitude, for example, which means that you are always looking at the glass as half full, you're only looking for the things that you can say thank you about. Then that quote always kicks in that says, gratitude turns what we have into enough. If you focused on the glass half full, how can you focus on you can't do that at the same time. You got to focus on one or the other, right? Half empty, half full. So go ahead and focus on half full, even if it's the most minuscule, minute, smallest things, right? Grab at them. Hold on to them. Sometimes it is so hard for me to find stuff to be grateful for if I woke up a little funky. You feel me? But I'm still grasping. And then it gets easier. And then I might even crack myself up sometimes with some of the things that I say, because I'm like, really, thank you? Yes, thank you. And sometimes I say thank you for the opportunity to say thank you again. Whatever you have to do to will yourself into a space, we got to generate this stuff, you guys. We have to happen to life. A lot of us are waiting for life to happen to us to make us feel a certain way. And that's that backwards way of doing it. We need to happen in life. We got to generate this stuff first. This is where the power is. This is how I show up to the videos with energy that people are like, how you got that energy, girl? Like that. Because I've gotten into a routine. Because I've developed a space in myself, and I honor the fact that I know it comes from that space. I'm human too. I have moments, I don't always wake up like, goat in the metal farting. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, some days are not the best. But I know the power of being a creature of habit. I know the power of pulling in the things that the tools that I know empower me, even if they don't feel, some days they're going to feel amazing. And some days it's going to be like, it's going to bring me up to normal. It's going to bring me up to about halfway. And then I'm going to keep working on generating the energy I want. I went and got me a morning drink to bring me a little bit more joy, because the little things can make a big difference in my life. We can do that through our choices and remembering to continue to choose things, right, that are going to align us with more fulfillment. It doesn't have to be expensive. You don't have to go off to a vacation to do that. We got to generate this stuff in our everyday walk, right? Let me see what you guys are saying before I move on. I got crazy energy this morning, y'all. I want to say crazy good. Okay, let's see what you're saying before I move forward. Oh, happy birthday, Trey. That's right. Okay, so you did prayer, you had a little morning drink, you took your dad to the doctors, and now you're feeling great. Beautiful, Mew. Shirley says, I woke up with a headache and did win the morning in spite of, right? Bless up, baby. Hey, baby. Hey, Marcus. Congratulations to Marcus. Life is too short in this chat, you guys. He just did something so fantastic. He manifested a major dream for himself, and it's so powerful. A lot of people don't do this. He is an Emmy Award winner. Photojournalist. What is it? Video journalist. Bless up. Congratulations, brother. Okay. Tarif, I've been suffering from depression for a long time now. I'm working towards overcoming it with the grace of God. That's right. Every day. Sometimes you know that phrase that says one day at a time. Sometimes we got to take it one moment at a time. And I also want you guys to remember that through our choices, we can start to shift things. We can start to shift what we give our attention to and what we put our focus on and who we allow ourselves to hang out with, so that we can start to generate a different energy within ourselves, right? One moment at a time. Say yes to what you need to say yes to. Say no to what you need to say no to. Next moment. Say yes to what you want to say yes to. Say no to what you want to say no to. Next moment, right? Okay, let's see what you're saying. Send some of your energy this way. Nah, Christine, we teach you how to generate your own, baby. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Debbie. We grew up together, yeah? Okay. I know, right? Beverly says, concerned about my teen. He has deep adoption memories that are surfacing. Mommy is winning the morning. I showed up here and the gym. Bless up, mama. Hey, Beverly, sending so much love your way. We got some time to spend together. So let's make sure that we schedule that and make it real. Yeah? I just thought about you this morning, I want to say. We got to make that real. Concerned about your team, adoption memories. Interesting. Could be good. I'm sure you're probably working on him on a spiritual level, but, of course, talking it out and just finding out what that is. Being a state of allowance for him. No judgment, not trying to fix him per se, right? Just listening and giving him a space to express. And then asking him, what can mom do to help you feel just a little bit better today? And then maybe do that on a daily basis and see what keeps coming up and out. That could be a really cool question to ask him daily. What can mom do? Just be a space to allow him to express, right? Just a state of allowance. That's love, right? And then maybe every day ask him, okay, so what can I do today to help you feel a little bit better? To help you take the next best step in your life? To help you to achieve something that you want for yourself? Just kind of variations with the question and see what healing comes out of that. Let's see what you guys say. Okay. Oh, congratulations, Renee, on the office job that you wanted. Naliji says, oh, you woke up with your cell phone this morning and now you're making some food. How did waking up with your cell phone make you feel, Naliji? And then Renee says, now I have 2 jobs. One of them is awesome. Awesome. Hey, now. Okay, I like it, Beverly. Glad it connected. Mew says, what I love most much about you is that energy has never changed. And you remember me and I cherish our talk and held it close. You are a true blue. Oh, Bobby G said, tell Bobby I said what up. Thank you, Mew. Thank you. Okay. Tip 2 for living more proactive, being more proactive instead of reactive, meaning people can just tell you things and change your mood. You can walk into a situation and instead of you bringing or generating the space that you would like to experience, you allow the space to dictate how you're going to operate and feel and be and act, right? That's reactive. If you want to live a life more fulfilled, if you want to be happy on a more regular basis, being more proactive about that is how you can achieve it. Second thing, other than how you start your day and getting into a routine for success, so to speak, is you can live life more intention filled. We've talked about this before, right? What intentions do you bring to a moment? What do you want to get out of it? Have you even thought about that? Or are you just haphazardly falling into something? And you can definitely do that. Just be present, right? But remember those overarching 3-word intentions that we played around with over the weeks with Morning Talks with Ro? One of my overarching 3 words that I intend to bring to life is excellence. I intend to operate from excellence. I intend to operate in endurance. And I intend to operate in compassion. I let those 3 words kind of just hang over me to bring out the best in me. But then I also choose to just show up and be present and see what life has to offer. Have you chosen 3 words that can enable you to live more intentionful so that you're not just haphazardly walking into stuff and allowing it to change your station? How about you be the tuning fork? Yes, Daryl. You said, I will continue to think positive and let God lead me in his plans. Stick around for number 3, Tarif. Number 3, tip 3 today is going to be very helpful to you in living more fulfilled, in my humble opinion. Stick around for tip 3. So we're on tip 2 for being more proactive as opposed to reactive in life, because this is how we can tap into more fulfillment. This is how we can show up in life the way we want to show up and not allow people and circumstances outside of ourselves to dictate that. You ever see people, a lot of people jump onto this cliche term, I treat people how they treat me. Backwards way to do it. You show up and be the tuning fork. And if they don't match your vibration, cool. But why let them dictate how you show up? Why let someone else dictate how you show up? Why let a situation outside of yourself dictate or tell you how to show up or how to respond in the moment? What if you were more clear and you brought more clear intentions to a moment or to a situation or a conversation with someone? What would happen if you were more intentionful in that interaction? What would happen? It changes that. That's a game changer. No, you don't get to tell me just because you treat me like crap, I come in and treat you like crap back. That's not who I choose to be. I may distance myself from you if I feel like I can't find a better response in the moment. I may give you some pointers, I may respond in a way that may help you to understand more boundaries and how to. Sorry about that, you guys. But I want to show up. I want to generate who I choose to be in the moment. I don't want someone or something else outside of me to be the thing that tells me how to show up. Can you see how that would take you out of your power? Can you see how that could take you out of a space of feeling more fulfilled in an interaction or in a circumstance or situation? Absolutely, right? So if you bring more clear intentions to a situation, let's say you got an issue today. Who has an issue today with someone? Might be a coworker, might be a lover, might be a child. And let's say that you say, you know what? I intend to be understanding. I intend to act with more compassion, because you want these 3 words to inspire you to operate from your best self. This is not just, for you to just, you win, win, win. What's the win-win situation out of whatever you're dealing with? What's the win-win? Somebody doesn't have to lose. If somebody doesn't have to lose, because usually everybody just wants understanding. Everybody's trying to get back to love. Everybody just wants to get back to a space of feeling good. So if you keep that at the forefront of your mind, and you say, what is the win-win situation? Let me pick 3 words that are going to inspire me to operate from my highest self. If you bring those intentions, understanding, compassion, authenticity, I'm going to be honest, but I'm going to operate in compassion within my honesty. What will happen? Those don't have to be your 3 words. It's just an example. What would happen if you lived more intentionful? Amazingness, right? Hey, y'all, welcome to the conversation. Let me see what you're saying before we move forward. I love how you said tuning fork, music reference. Church! Daryl says, how do you stop the cycle? What cycle, Daryl? You never let people dictate your state of being. Church, treat people the way you want to be treated. Bless up. Come on, golden rule. Never give people control over your feelings or emotions or life. Treat people good in spite of how they treat you. Bless up. Somebody's getting that. It's not the easiest thing to do. It is a practice. See, we don't, this is not me up in here like, some Pollyanna way, right, to approach life. No, it's difficult sometimes. Sometimes people are not cool. They don't have good energy. They might have bad practices as far as how they treat people. I mean, anything could be an issue in that way. And it may not be the easiest to respond in a way that is a state of allowance. Love, meaning I'm going to make room for you to be who you are, where you are, right the way you are without judging you. That's powerful. You get there, you gangster. But it can be done, right? And it can be done. It's practice. Practice this stuff. Make room. I love, Beverly said, treat them how you want to be treated. How would you want to be treated? What if they having a crappy day? And today it just ain't, they're not responding to you. And I remember, I'll take you to this, we were getting ready for the retreat for PPU, right? My Keisha, she's on Team PPU. Absolutely amazing human. We're getting ready for the retreat, and we go into the printing store. And, thank God, right? He's all over everything. This young lady took our order earlier, and little did we know she shouldn't have taken our order because this should have been put in a few days before. But we didn't even know it was going to be that big of a deal to get this printed, and we needed to have it so we could be driving to Florida the next morning, right? So we're like, well, thank goodness we got her instead of this woman telling us that she shouldn't have taken our order, and they had already printed them off, right? But when we walked through the door, her attitude, her energy was so like, right? And we were like, wow, she is real special with it right now. And it could have been very easy to match her energy because it was not inviting. She didn't even greet us. Then somebody else walked in, she greeted them. We was like, you got an issue with us? You know what I mean? We went through all of that, right? You 4 agreements, don't make assumptions, right? But those things, you're human. Those things can come into your mind. And then it makes you contemplate treating them back the way they treating you because it doesn't feel good. But we were kind of standing there, and then my friend just decided to kind of step up, and she says, yeah, you know what? I see that you're overwhelmed, because she was the only one working in the store, and it was like a rush came in, and it was like probably getting ready to close in about an hour and a half, you know what I mean? And she's the only person working all of the stuff. So she's fulfilling the orders. She's watching people walk in, so that's yet another customer I got to take care of. Who knows if somebody didn't come in for their shift? You late, coming off your break. I don't know, right? But at the end of the day, my friend just steps up and she's like, you know what? I know you got a lot, happening in here, and we're not trying to put any more stress on you. Thank you for fulfilling the order, blah, blah, blah. And the lady's energy changed immediately. Just expressing compassion changed her. And she says, I don't want to come across rude. She knew she was coming across real special. She knew it because she wouldn't have spoke on it probably, right? But because there was compassion expressed in her direction, in spite of her behavior, it changed the energy. That is a very powerful thing to witness. Practice this stuff. It was not easy because she was not the nicest. But who knows what day she was coming off of, and what does it matter? What if your expression of compassion and understanding makes them go, tuning fork. Get it together. Mirror. You feel me? This is a practice, y'all. It's not necessarily the easiest thing to do, but you just got to practice it. And every time you get better, and you'll get better, and you'll become more conscious of it, and you'll get better, and you'll become more conscious of it, and you'll practice, and you'll get better. You feel me? Okay. What are you guys saying? James says, my manager wants me to work with him on the grocery load, but I don't want to work with him. I can't stand him. There's the change right there. Boom. I hope you heard the message, James. Muse says, you have to love yourself. That is where it began, and then you can let it shine. Bless up. Then they want some of that. Hello, when you see the shine, it's like, well, how can I get some of that? Treat them the way that they want to be treated. Father MC Church. Lobe says, I wish we had more pastors, preachers, teachers, and scholars with your passion, persistence, tenacity, and drive. Oh, your energy is always on point. That's why we all love Rhona so much. Thank you, Lobe. And I'm about to speak about an incredible pastor. God, you're so awesome. Ooh, God is so awesome. The parlay, the pass for this next tip just came through via Lopez. I love it. I'm about to shout out a dope pastor that I was just blessed by and inspired by yesterday with the third tip, being of service. This is how you live a life more fulfilled. Pastor Jimmy at the Light International Church, small, humble beginnings. Love it. Love it. He is not waiting. He says, what if more churches operated this way? You just go out and you give and you don't ask for nothing. Churches don't need to be the only people that do that. We can do that too in our own individual walk. We can make such a huge, huge difference by just showing up and being willing to be of service. He gave a great analogy yesterday about being stuck. He says, how many people feel stuck? A lot of people feel stuck. They say, I'm stuck, right? So how do you get unstuck? Sometimes you got to come out of your myopic point of view, meaning your individualized point of view. Stop making it all about yourself. I'm variating on this, okay? This is Pastor Jimmy and Coach Rowe coming together. Don't make it all about yourself, right? If you would just say, well, this brother's unstuck or this sister's unstuck, and how can I help them to get unstuck? In order for you to go and help them, you just moved yourself out of a space. You were just here. They're stuck over there. In order to go help them over there, you got to move. You just got unstuck by helping somebody else get unstuck. I love the analogy. It's like go help somebody else to help yourself even. Being of service. Let me tell you what he's doing to be of service. They go and they pass out gum, and they put their church information on the gum, and they're not asking for anything in return. They just say, we just want you to know that God loves you. That's what they do. My friend goes to do it. Keisha, Team PPU, bless up, baby. I love you. Pastor Jimmy, I'm already in love with the Light International Church. If I lived in Atlanta, I would be here, just helping out, being of service in that way. Just going out. I think it's so dope to go out there and just touch people and just give and just show up and be a light. You know how many people need that? They go and show up in businesses at McDonald's, auto trader. You know what I mean? And people are looking at them special. Like, what are you doing here? What you know what I'm saying? What's going on? Today they went to McDonald's. Family in there, got a lot of little kids. Oh, such a beautiful, beautiful story that Keisha blessed me with today. Walked into McDonald's. We're handing out gum, right, to people. Just want to let you know God loves you. Just want to let you know. Just want to let you know, right? Little kid gives a little baby about 4 years old the gum. And immediately the kid looks at this gum. He's just been given something, right? So it seems so small, but it's something that you gave. You give it with love, right? It's just something you receive, a gift. And he comes and he just hugs Pastor Jimmy's leg. And he's like, and he just has to embrace this young man. Black boy joy, right? Just has to embrace this young man. And he's like, my name is such and such. And he goes on and he says, well, can I put this in my pocket? Blessings. He just showed up and was love. His response is before he's tainted with the world's cynicism. It's just love. That's who we are. I love learning from babies. They show up and they show us exactly who we were before we got tainted with the world's cynicism. That we're just a conduit, an open space. And all he had to do was give from a clean, open space. And bam, this kid's he's got his leg. Another lady in the line, she's looking over. She's blown away by just them showing up at McDonald's, giving out gum and saying this just to be a light. Hey, come, this is a place you can come and be welcome. She's in tears. She's like, my church needs to do this. Why don't more churches do this? Be of service in this way. Show up in this way. That's what this is really about. We don't need to be in church, though, to do this, you guys. You can do this in your everyday individual walk. You don't have to be religious. You don't have to have some spiritual specific denomination. Just show up and be a goodist, as my friend in Malaysia says. Be a goodist. He's like, I just do good. I'm about good works. I'm just about being of goodwill. Be a goodist. You don't have to be a Buddhist or this or whatever. Be a goodist. You'd be surprised the prosperity that you will receive in your life just from being a goodist. It doesn't just show up in monetary gains, although it can show up in monetary gains. It shows up in priceless ways. It shows up in ways that create connection. Like you can't explain what that would feel like to have a baby you've never met before to come up and hug your leg. And the next thing you see the light in his eyes, you turned on because he's just grateful to receive something. And they looked like they could have been, dealing with some things as a family. Father was trying to get them out of there. It seemed a little embarrassed based on what they were explaining to me. But the child just could not let go. And it was so touching that it made that woman come over in tears and express what she was going to share what they did and say that they need to start practicing this at their church. But you can practice this in your life as an individual. You can practice being a goodist. You can get creative. It inspired me. I said, what other way can I be a goodist? Can I show up and give on that level? Not expecting anything in return. And what kind of prosperity would I experience? It's not always about the monetary gain, although I do believe that when you give from a space like that, God will, the Most High, however you want to see it, that source of intelligence that's responsible for everything that coexists, it will pour back into your life abundantly in a way that you did not anticipate, because that is a creative energy. God is creative. There are things that I do that I don't receive compensation for, but I do feel like I'm given to in other ways. But the only way you're going to know that is just to be about the business of doing things like that, being of service. When you make things bigger than yourself, how do you stay stuck? When you are of service, I'm getting chills. How do you stay stuck? You're too busy giving. You're too busy showing up for others. You're too busy helping somebody else take the next best step towards their dream, which in turn is going to engage the law of reciprocity. It's going to engage the law of giving and receiving. And somebody going to come around and help you with something else. And then it may just bless you in a way that you didn't know you needed, but it's right on time. And it may not be monetary at all. It may be a loving space. It may be a healing space, something that needed to be touched inside of you. It may be, something that you needed that's going to help you take the next best step towards a dream you put on the back burner. It could be anything. It could turn you into a liaison to somebody else's dream, but you didn't know how you was going to help them. But now this person, come on. Being of service is a way to be proactive instead of reactive in life. And because of that, a byproduct is more fulfillment. Power up. Ew! What you saying? What you saying? Richie says, I had an issue in the coffee shop with the female employee giving me my order, who I think you're going to continue to write. Tarif says, I was told to kill people with kindness and let God deal with them. But you know what? Watch the words we say, right? Kill people with kindness. Why kill them with kindness? Right? We so used to saying things on remote control. We don't even realize the way we're saying something, right? I get the concept. We get the concept, right? But let's even flip the word on its head so that we come from an even feel good space, quite possibly, with it. Just give them kindness. Do it with kindness, right? All in the power of the words. Speaking life or death, right? It's the little tweaks. It's the little tweaks that can make a big difference in changing our language. Because if we change it here, then we're going to change it over there. Then we're going to be more conscious of changing it over there. Then we're going to be more conscious of changing it over there. Tweak, 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 tweak. Practice, 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 right? Okay. Dang, bro, how do you treat someone good and you know that they've done horrible things to you? It's hard, Rhonda. Let's just start off by saying it's hard. Because, see, I don't want to blow smoke up people's tail. This is not like, it's hard. But we do what's hard so that the Most High shows up in a way in our lives that keeps healing us, right? When we do what's hard, we keep getting healed. Ooh. It's hard. There's people I'm like, I don't like how they show up. But even still, practice, 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 practice. It's not always easy. It's not, as a matter of fact, a lot of times it is hard because you don't like how they're showing up. But you got to practice it anyway. And I find that when we do what's hard, you'd be surprised how we get blessed in the aftermath of doing what's hard. Right. Okay. Mark says, that was a powerful moment. I can appreciate that since I work in customer service. Bless up, Mark. Douglas Hicks says, people need to think, breathe, and respond on a level that does not make your moment day dark. We deal not in the temporal, but on the ethereal every day. The person who keeps a guard over their mouth, come on, sir, and tongue keeps themselves out of trouble. Speak on it. Muse says, yes. Mark says, write an ebook. I have written an ebook. I have 5 ebooks. You can find them at my website, RhonaBennett.com. Thank you for the encouragement, Mark. Thank you, Shirley, for the link. You needed this. Woke up this morning with the mindset to wash your hands of people. Bless up, Daryl. You're welcome, honey. Yes, serve others. Debbie says, hey, Debbie, we are the church. Speak on it, Mew. We having church right now. Come on, let's keep it 100. It's where it's at. What city is that church you mentioned in? It is in Atlanta. It's called the Light International Church. It's Pastor Jimmy. Very, very humble beginning church. I love what it's being birthed in. So powerful. Anthony Schletcher says, smile. Coach, hey, Shamika. Let's get unstuck. Yes, true, Anthony says. Come on, Coach. Okay, yes, ma'am. Babies and children are pure. Aren't they beautiful? Great tools as always, sis. You're welcome, Trey. Happy birthday. A goodest, that's a word. Ain't it the bomb? My friend out of Malaysia says that. He's like, I'm a goodest, Rhona. He's like 70 years old. He's my buddy. Dr. Eugene, we call him Dr. Rock. That's my homie. He's a goodest. Let's see. Today's affirmation, I am a goodest. I love it. Hashtag goodest. Who wants to operate in their good intentions today once we leave this chat? Say it. Okay, Naliji, you got it. Debbie says, small things every day. Hold doors for people. Let someone in line in front of you. Get up and let someone else sit down when you are waiting somewhere, such as a restaurant. Smile at someone. Come on, give us some tips, Debbie. One small gesture can change a person's day. Yes, it can. And that's what they did today. Charles says, truth. Mark says, I swear you and Marcus Patrick are the most positive celebs I've ever seen. I got to check out Marcus Patrick's stuff. Preach, Reverend Rhona. Hey, Christine. Shower people with kindness. Please tell us about your jewelry. I'm obsessed. This is created by my brother I just heard from this morning. Shout out to Brother Amun. If you like my jewelry, he does a lot of custom stuff for me. You can check him out at Temple of Soul. And Soul is spelled S-O-L on Instagram. Temple of Soul. All right. Real talk, great words today, Coach. You got it, Ashley. Do you have a YouTube channel? Yes, I do, June Glover. It's Rhona Bennett. I usually upload all my morning talks to my YouTube channel after I complete them. Therese says, does it hurt sometimes to make sacrifices in your life for others? Does it hurt sometimes to make sacrifices in your life for others? I mean, what is your why behind why you're making that sacrifice? You know? Find out why and what's on the other end of making that sacrifice. What good is coming from that? What healing is coming from that? What higher vibration of being and living and doing is coming from that? Then it's worth whatever maybe growing pain, right? Okay. Nelson says, a lesson is always hard when you're learning. Once you've learned it, you know how to apply it. Bless up. There's power in the tongue and we have to be in control. Amen to that. Thank you. Okay, brother Amun from Philly. You already know, Ashley. Shout out to my brother Amun from Philly. He does all this beautiful jewelry. Very in tune, brother. He will custom make things for you. He just will call me early this morning and sent me so much love. So shout out to him. Synchronicity. Okay, you guys. How about that for today's talk? So powerful, so beautiful, great exchange of energy. Thank you to everybody who's contributed to the conversation, given amazing suggestions for today. Shout out to Keisha, Team PPU, my girlfriend, oldest on the planet, beautiful human being, going out and being of service today. Shout out to Pastor Jimmy for being a leader in service, leading by service, leading with service, and touching the lives of many in the most unorthodox way today. Right? In his own unique emanation, his own creativity, showing up and being of service, being what the church is intended to be about, of service, and blessing people that did not anticipate it. And you don't have to go to church to do it. You don't have to have some specific religion to show up in the way that he is being an example of. Just endeavor to be a goodest today, right? Hashtag goodest. Hashtag goodest. Shout out to Light International Church in Atlanta for inspiring Coach Rowe yesterday. I just showed up and I was like, what's the message for me today, Most High? Boom. We can get our messages from anywhere. If you're looking for them and you're ready and you're open to receive it, wow. Wow. How'd you win your morning? Live intention full. Be of service. Life more fulfilled. Let's get it. Happy Monday, baby. And happy October. Shout out to this new month. Get your goals written out, put some deadlines on those goals, and go get it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's talk and you got much, much value. Until next week.